Hey, this is Alex from Applos Academy. Today we're going to take a look at financial statements, otherwise known as reports. If you've begun to create a nonprofit chart of accounts and record transactions, this is the course for you. So what are financial statements? Over the past couple of lessons, we've taken a look at how to create an accounting system for your nonprofit. The first step is to create a chart of accounts and then to use those accounts in transactions. Once those things are done, then you can begin to compile that information into reports, otherwise known as financial statements. Today we're going to take a look at the 2 reports that everybody needs to know, the 3 reports that are specific to nonprofits, and then other types of reports that might be beneficial for your nonprofit. The first report is called your balance sheet, which for a nonprofit is known as the Statement of Financial Position. This report shows the accounting equation, which is your assets equal your liabilities plus your equity. What this basically means is the stuff that you own minus the stuff that you owe equals your overall worth. This report shows a snapshot of your organization's overall health. It'll quickly show you if you owe more than you actually own, and for a nonprofit it's also going to show your fund balances. The second report that everybody needs to know is called an income statement, which for a nonprofit is known as the Statement of Activities. This report shows your income minus your expense to equal what's called your net income, which basically means did you spend more than you received during a period of time. With the balance sheet and the income statement in hand, you can feel confident going to your board or anybody else that needs to know about your organization's overall health. So now for nonprofit financial statements. For nonprofits, there's 3 specific reports that you're going to need to run at any given time. The first is called the Statement of Financial Position, otherwise known as your balance sheet, which we took a look at. The second is the Statement of Activities, which is your income statement. So the third report is called the Statement of Functional Expenses. The Statement of Functional Expenses is where fund accounting begins to shine. What this shows is not only how much money you've spent, but how much money you've spent and received across your entire organization over all of your funds. For instance, you can see what your total administrative cost was for the year, but you can also see how much of that administrative cost was for your general fund, missions fund, building fund, and whatever else that you have set up. Assuming you've created an effective chart of accounts and recorded transactions accurately, these reports should not be very difficult for you to run. So what are some other reports that you can run for your nonprofit? A report is just a collection of data, so it can really be anything that you want. It's really going to boil down to how much detail you've been recording and what kind of software you use to generate your reports. When choosing a software for your nonprofit, you may want to glance at the reporting capabilities before making a decision. Especially for a nonprofit, you want to make sure that you choose a software that will allow you to find the information you need and quickly. For instance, do you need to know how many people have donated to a fund or how much money you've spent on a particular fundraiser? All of this and more, again, will come down to the amount of detail that you've been recording in transactions and the software that you use to generate reports. A nonprofit accounting system boils down to being able to set up a chart of accounts that makes sense, use that chart of accounts in transactions, and then use those transactions to pull reports. This is essentially the nuts and bolts of any nonprofit accounting system. Now that you have a foundational understanding of what a nonprofit accounting system is, you can begin to form one for your nonprofit. In the next few lessons, we're going to take a look at how to protect your accounting system, as well as the rules and the guidelines that you'll need to adhere to as a nonprofit. Until next time, be sure to go back and read the last few lessons if you missed them, and be awesome.